Today's going to be a relatively chill stream. Got the earbud in, just making sure that everything sounds alright. Hopefully that should come through in just a second. But yeah, just a chill stream. Going to catch up a little bit, relax, practice a little bit of magic. Okay. Alright, sound is coming through alright, so yeah. Morning, everybody. I'm going to get rid of that, just toss that to the side. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. Just going to be a chill morning this morning. Going to practice a little bit. Didn't get to stream much this week because this week was back to classes for me after my spring break. So yeah, wanted to get at least one stream in this week, at least for a little bit. Relax, get some time on camera, get a little bit of extra magic practice in. I had an interview earlier this week for a legal job, and on my resume I have that I used to be a professional magician, or still kind of am, and partway during the interview he stopped me and asked what my favorite trick was, and I asked, do you just want me to show you something? He said, of course. So I reached into my suit pocket, pulled out a deck of cards, and yeah, he, needless to say, was very shocked that I carried a deck of cards on me during a legal interview, but he also was very happy to see the actual trick. I'm still waiting to hear back on the job offer, though. It was for a personal injury firm, but I always find it funny when I end up doing magic tricks during other interviews and doing stuff that's not related to magic. But how's everybody else's week been? Again, today's just going to be a chill stream, just practicing a little bit because I didn't get much chance to practice magic earlier in the week, so some basic stuff. I want to work on some stuff with like pen magic. I suck with the basic vanish, so I want to work on that a little bit. You'll probably see me just messing around with this a little bit, seeing how close I can get it, because I'm thinking of doing something with that, but I'm not 100% sure quite yet. But I do want to work on some stuff besides just cards, like stuff with just air, turning it into something else. But good morning, everybody, or whatever time it is wherever you're watching. I know that people watch from all over, so, but welcome in. Hopefully everybody had a good week, is having a good Friday morning, or whatever time. Just a chill day today. If any of you have any questions on anything, feel free to let me know. If not, just going to be chilling and practicing. It's been a minute since I've streamed. I think the last stream I did was an IRL stream, like last Friday. I went downtown with my sister to grab some ice cream, and like that went alright. But before that, I haven't sat here and practiced magic with you guys since like last Wednesday, and you can tell. But that's what I'm doing this for. I need the extra practice. So, yeah. If anybody has a deck of cards with them, I highly encourage you to just pick up the cards, mess around with it, get some extra practice in. I did also pick up some stuff for some other streams later on. I've mentioned this a couple of times. I have an idea for a stream where to juggle. I'm going to teach myself how to juggle, and stream doesn't get to end until I know how to juggle. So that's something that I was planning on doing during my break, but I didn't have enough time with my sister visiting. So this ended this week was kind of chaotic with going back to school and everything. So hopefully that's something I can do for a stream maybe this upcoming week. This upcoming week I don't have a ton going on. There is Barrister's Ball, which for those of you who don't know is law school prom. So there's that, and also that's on the same day as my birthday. But other than that, I don't really have too much going on. I'm just going to might do a couple of small streams here and there throughout the week, but yeah. Ooh, I need to grab my water. I will be right back in 1 second. All right, I'm back. Like the stream title says, and like the pinned comment and everything says, just chill morning stream, just getting some practice in because I need practice. But yeah, if anybody has questions, feel free to ask them whenever. Just going to be chilling, practicing. For those of you who haven't seen it before, this is called a snap change. It's a type of color change. You take the cards and you actually just snap them and they change colors. One of the most visual things you can do as a magician is a color change. Some of them, they look really good on camera, but they take a lot of practice, and if you do mess it up even slightly, people can tell right away. See, I'm so rusty. Even if you take just a couple of days off, this gets to you right away. But welcome everybody. We're going to be streaming for a little bit, at the very least, just practicing some magic. If anybody wants to see a trick, wants to have a tutorial on anything, let me know, and I'll be happy to do so. If you're popping into the stream for the first time, I'd love to hear how you found the stream or what you find interesting about this if you are sticking around. But yeah, I know I have viewers from all over the world. A lot of people from India really like magic for whatever reason. So I'm not sure how many of y'all are from the States like me or from different parts of the world, but yeah, this morning just getting some extra practice in and chilling out. How's it going, Zach? Morning. What part of the country are you in? I'm in Phoenix, so I know it's morning for me, but I know it's already afternoon for people on the East Coast. The rest of us, though, it's still morning. I've had a couple of people even pop in from like the Philippines watching my morning streams at like 1 and 2 a.m. their time, which honestly, get some sleep, but yeah, this morning's just a chill stream. I didn't really have anything planned to do today besides just a stream, and I have to do some work. Like, I need to grade some papers. Actually, interesting topic. I TA for ASU Law School for some of our graduate programs, and one of the classes that I just got assigned to is professional sports law, and the topic that we're working on right now is sports gambling, which is very interesting. So I get to grade a bunch of papers on sports gambling and everybody's opinions on it and how the leagues are handling it, which is very interesting, particularly here in Arizona. In Arizona, they don't just give gambling companies like DraftKings and FanDuel, they don't just give them the ability to operate in the state. They gave licenses to all of the major Indian tribes in Arizona because Arizona has one of the largest Native American populations in the country. And in order to operate a sports book, i.e. FanDuel, Caesars, all the ones you see online, you need to partner with one of these Native American Indian tribes and get them to let you use their license. So it's a very interesting dynamic. So a lot of the major Indian tribes are holding on to their licenses because they want to open up their own sports books, which is kind of strange because they aren't going to be able to compete on the open market with the likes of FanDuel and DraftKings. But if all of them refuse to license out to those companies, then they'd have kind of a monopoly. But the smaller tribes are going right away and just partnering with these mega corporations and making money. So it's an interesting dynamic. I know it's not interesting to everybody. I'm very into sports law and very into gambling and gambling law, as evidenced by the fact that I'm sitting here playing with a deck of cards on a Friday morning. But yeah, speaking of gambling, how many of you know how to do like top, bottom, and second deals? Like if I take the cards like this, and it kind of looks like I'm going to deal the top card, that's a second deal. That's a bottom deal, and that's a top deal. Okay, there are a couple of ways to deal cards while keeping certain cards where you want them. But yeah, if anybody has questions on anything, if they want to see a specific trick, let me know. I'm just chilling, just practicing, just getting some extra time in because I know that that's what this takes. I'm a little distracted this morning. I was supposed to have plans this afternoon, but I'm not sure what's going on with those. So I'm probably just going to do this and then grade some papers, work on a longer form video, and that's about it for today. Like, I'll be here for a bit longer, just chilling. Morning. How do you pronounce that? Ariv? I don't want to mispronounce your name, but that looks like Ariv. And the fact that it says learn with, I'm guessing that you do like tutorials on magic and stuff like that. But how's it going, everybody? Welcome in. Just chilling this morning, practicing magic, getting some reps in with some of the basic stuff. A lot of stuff with magic is just repeated practice over and over and over again. Like here, watch. If I take this card and I just... see? Practice. Okay. Okay, I won't say your name. What would you like me to call you then, if I see you in chat? Also, my bad if you don't want me saying it because I was mispronouncing it. I completely understand if that's the case. Okay, yeah. Well, if there's a nickname or something that you want me to call you instead, so that way it's not just me responding to without using a name of some kind. Let me know. Right now, I've just been getting myself warmed up. I'll probably do a couple of tricks here in a second for y'all. Okay. Alright. Now that I'm a little warmed up, let me pick up the cards and we'll do a couple of actual tricks and go from there. Okay. And there's one here. Okay. Alright, we'll give the deck a quick shuffle for y'all. That way you know I'm not cheating. And we'll go ahead and we will pull out any random card. Let's go with this one. Okay. Doesn't matter if I see it for this one, okay? We're going to take your card. We'll put it right about middle of the deck. Right about there. That look good to y'all? We're going to take it. And I love this trick. It is so easy. All I need to do is take the cards, give them one quick shuffle like this, and it's done. Watch. Oh, you guys thought I had it off to the side. No, that's just one of the jokers. Don't worry. But, that's just the other joker. Don't worry. I'm not going to pull it off from off camera. Don't worry. That would be too easy. But I will have the jokers pull it out of the deck for me. I was supposed to catch those cards. I'm so rusty this morning. I have so much other stuff on my mind with going back to school this week. A lot of you may not know this. I am in law school full time. So that does take up the majority of my time. But yeah, okay. Here, we'll do one other one. Let's go with this card. Okay? Don't worry. I'm not looking. Got it? Okay. We're going to take the card. We'll put it right about middle of the deck. Right there. Push it all the way in. Put the cards under the table. Snap my fingers. And boom. Everything is facing one way. All except your King of Diamonds. Welcome in everybody that's joining us. If you have any questions, if you like the stream, feel free to like it, interact. If you want to see a specific trick, if you want to see how something's done, comment and let me know. Right now I'm just practicing, just doing a couple of tricks for all of y'all. But yeah. Okay. Let's go. Go ahead and say stop anywhere. Let's go there. Don't worry, I'll look the other way. Okay. I want you to think if that was a red card or a black card. Red. Was it a face card or a number card? Face card. I want you to just picture the card in your mind right now. Jack of diamonds. Now you might be wondering how I was able to do that through the camera and all of this. And just so you know, I don't have another screen off here. My second screen is over here on the right side. So, and if you guys want, I can look up instead. So that way you know I'm not cheating when it comes to that stuff. But here, we'll do one other quick trick. We'll go ahead, grab out one random card. Doesn't really matter. Let's go with the 4 of clubs right here. We're going to take the card. We'll put it right here. Okay. Now, I love this trick. It's super easy as well. It just takes another quick shuffle, just like this. And it's already done. The only question is, how fast do you want me to find your card? Fast or very fast? The answer was not fast enough. That is personally one of my favorites, one of my go-tos. But here, we'll have y'all pick out another card. We'll go with this one. 3 of hearts. Make sure that you remember it, okay? Doesn't matter that I see it, okay? We'll take your card, 3 of hearts. Now, a lot of times when I'm performing, people ask why I don't let other people shuffle the cards. And it's because when I let other people shuffle the cards, they try and mess with me. Like, instead of just normally shuffling like this, they'll do stuff where they try and bend the cards. And one time I even had a guy take the cards and he shuffled them face up into face down. Like, he took the cards like this, shuffled them face up into face down just to mess with me. And it really screwed me up. And, oh shit, I just did it to myself. There are face-up cards, face-down cards. I think, yeah, we even have back-to-back cards in here. I really messed this one up. Can you guys give me 1 second to fix this? I literally just mean 1 second. I snap my fingers. Everything's back to facing one way. All except the 3 of hearts. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I'm trying to get better at performing tricks on camera because that's something that I've always struggled with a little bit. Like some stuff, like visual stuff, like the ring tricks. Like here, watch the ring, okay? We'll take it, pull it right through my finger. And that kind of looks like I was pulling it right through my fingers. But if I were to pull it right through my finger, it'd look a little bit more like that. The thing is, I hate jumpy rings like this because you have to force them back on. I've always been decent when it comes to stuff like that, but other stuff on camera, I'm trying to get better at. Welcome in, Lynn. I'm guessing that last trick with the cards face up into face down may have gotten you, so... But hopefully everybody's having a good start to their day. I'm just getting some extra magic practice in. Magic is all about time and putting extra time in. Even just this. When I'm bored, I just do this to get extra practice. And it's something that you can learn super easy. So, yeah. Trying to work on my color changes and stuff a little bit more. Like, I hate it when it does that, where it changes from one red card to another red card, or from one black card to another black card. It doesn't look that good, but what can you do? Unless you preset the deck to make it look a certain way, but that looks better. But then again, that didn't look great because the angle I was doing, and yeah. There are a couple of things I want to work on. Like I mentioned this before, I suck when it comes to the pen vanish. Like, that I'm just awful at. But I want to get better at stuff that's not just card magic, even if it's just making things appear out of thin air. Like that. But all that stuff takes extra practice, and my main skill set is with playing cards. That's what I'm best at. Well, actually, not even that. I'm best at talking to people. I'm a shitty magician, but I'm good at talking to people. At least I like to think so, and at least that's the feedback that I've gotten from other people. But yeah, does anybody have any questions? Does anybody want to see like how any of the things that I've been doing are done? Even if it's just like the basic stuff, like springing a card into the air. How's it going? Welcome into the stream. Anybody that's just chilling in here watching the video, feel free to say hi. Feel free to. I wish I was actually supposed to have a second date today with a girl that I really liked, but apparently haven't heard back from her about it. So I'm guessing that that's off for the day. So, but yeah. So in other words, I might actually be on the marriage market. But yeah. Welcome in, everybody. Anybody that has questions or wants to see how anything's done, feel free to ask. I'm not the type of magician that's going to like show something and then not tell you how it's done. Magic wouldn't keep evolving if that weren't the case, but yeah. So welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you all are having a good day so far. My day just getting started. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. I'm just getting some extra practice in with my magic. Normally I try and stream a couple times a week. This week I went back to classes, so I didn't have as much spare time. My name is Tex. It's nice to meet you all. Anybody that's new here, I'm a semi-professional magician. I should have caught that. But I'm a semi-professional magician and a full-time law student. I focus on sports and entertainment law. Oh, Nitro, thank you. That is actually my first ever super chat ever on this entire channel. So everybody give a big round of applause to Nitro and say thank you, because that is awesome. I really appreciate that. I do magic on the side, but my main job, I'd say, is I'm a full-time student. I study law, mainly sports and entertainment law. The goal is to eventually open up my own talent agency. You want me to continue with some of the magic? You got it. All right. We'll go with a couple of quick color changes. I'm glad that you love the videos, okay? This is one of my favorite color changes. Go ahead, shoot your question. That's just a simple color change. It takes one card, changes it to another card. And if you watch, like 9 of clubs right there, take it just right to 4 of diamonds. We'll actually have you guys go ahead. How do you perfectly spread the cards? Do you mean like this, or do you mean like across the table? Like this? Because if it's across the table, it's a lot about feel, and actually, I wonder if I can still do this, because this is a very cool visual thing. Just messed it up. But there's that bridge in the air. Okay, so across the table. I'll cover that for you, and then we will go into one of my favorite tricks. When it comes to across the table, you're going to hold it at this slight bevel. You see how it's not even? And you're going to press down with your pointer finger along the edge here and slowly raise the pointer finger as you go. I know it's kind of hard to see from here. I'm actually planning on making a video on this soon to go over it in more detail, but it's all a big timing and practice thing. I literally take my finger and I straighten it out as I spread the cards, so that way it raises up and you get this more even spread. One of the big things that you need, though, is you need a playing mat like this. No worries about the donations, man. I appreciate even just the one. But the big thing is you want a soft playing mat, so that way you can do this. I actually don't really do a hot shot cut because personally my hands aren't that big, so I don't do like the hot shot cut. Nitro, thank you again. I really do appreciate it. I don't do the hot shot cut. I do the one-handed Charlier cuts, and then I do separate stuff like I do a card spring like this. But let's go into, yes, anybody who enjoys Magic, who enjoys law school, or literally just random content, I highly encourage you to like and subscribe. Even if you just like the stream or do the little interaction things down in the bottom right hand corner of the chat, those do make a difference and they do bring more people in. Nitro, after the stream, I'll check out your channel, definitely. Check how many subs you got. Perfect. I'll check out your channel after I finish up the stream here. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on here, but yeah, we'll do one of my favorite tricks. This is actually one of the favorite tricks that I always start with. We'll go ahead, grab out a random card here. It doesn't matter if I see it. 2 of clubs, all right? Make sure that you remember the 2 of clubs. We'll take your card and we'll put it right here. Okay, so make sure that you watch what my hands are doing. I know I have a very pretty face that you want to be paying attention to, but you need to watch my hands, okay? Now that looked like I really shuffled, right? But I didn't. And this looks like I'm really cutting the cards, right? But I'm not. All in all, this looks like the cards should really be getting mixed up, but in all, they're not. The cards are actually in the exact order that I intended them to be. Do you guys trust me? If you said yes, here's a tip. Never trust a guy who always carries a deck of cards on him or whose name is text. But in this case, you were right to trust me because I kept the card right up top. Fuck. I was 1 off. I think I can fix this, though. I think I can fix this. If I take this card, put it right on top of the table, that makes this the top card. And all I need to do, snap my fingers, and it becomes the 2 of clubs. And that, my friends, is one of my favorite tricks, known as the hand sandwich. If you are interested in that trick, I highly encourage you checking out David Blaine and his performance of it because it is immaculate. That is my go-to trick every time I first do Magic for people when I meet them. It's that right into this next trick where we'll have you guys pull out a random card. Let's go with Queen of Spades. Doesn't matter if I see it. We're going to take your card, put it right in the middle, right about there. Look good? I'll give everybody one last look because I don't know how many people are just popping into the stream. But again, this is a pretty easy trick. I love this because it's super easy. Like, all I need to do is shuffle the cards and boom, it's done. Oh, you guys thought I was pulling it from off the screen. No, I'm not going to pull it from off the screen. That's just the Joker. But that's just the other Joker. Don't worry, I'm not going to pull it from off the screen. That would be a bit too lame. But I will have the Jokers pull it out of the middle of the deck for me. It's right there. And those are my 2 go-to tricks. The hand sandwich and then the Jokers. Those are my 2 go-to tricks. I always do those when I'm first doing Magic for someone. Whenever I first meet them, I do the hand sandwich trick when I'm first starting. Nitro, I appreciate that. I hope mine goes viral as well. I have a couple of videos that have done pretty well. Like, one of the ones that you've probably seen is me explaining the easiest card trick in the world, which is just this. We're going to take the top card, the 4 of hearts, take the top card. We're going to take it, put it right in the middle of the deck, push it all the way in, snap our fingers, and it jumps right back up to the top. And that video did go somewhat viral. That one has over 3 million views, but the rest of them, it's hit or miss. But that's because I make content on all sorts of things. Nitro, when you popped into the chat, I was talking about how I have a lot of different things that I do. I'm a full-time law student, do a lot of magic. I'm a TA, and I do a lot of research and writing papers. So my interests are all over the map. So my YouTube channel is all over the map. But yes, I'm glad that you guys like those tricks. I always do the hand sandwich first whenever I first meet someone because it looks... how long have I been learning cardistry and magic tricks? That's a unique question because I have been doing magic for over a decade, but a lot of that time has been me taking breaks and being a full-time student. Uh, I'm I started over a decade ago doing magic, learning how to do magic, and it was my main source of income throughout high school and undergrad. I do stage shows, I do walk-around magic, but there were periods of my life, particularly COVID and afterwards, where I didn't do magic that much. I honestly, since I moved to Phoenix for law school, I've barely done magic. Like, it is the vast majority of the magic that I do is on stream for you guys. So there are periods in my life where I've barely done magic for a year plus at a time. I like to say that my skill as an actual magician is on par with somebody that's been doing it for about 2 to 3 years. But what I am good at is talking to people. I pride myself on being able to entertain an audience. I'm shitty at actual magic, like my cardistry, my dexterity, awful. Compared to other magicians, compared to the average person, I'm leagues above. But compared to other magicians, like, there are thousands of other magicians on this platform that are better actual magicians than I am. But what I am good at is talking to people and being an entertainer. To do the card spread, I don't know, because this is something that I've just kept. I never sat down to intentionally practice this card spread. It's just something that's come with other practice. Like, I'll be messing around with other stuff, and it's like, okay, I need to do a couple of card spreads. So it's something that I just picked up over time. I think the easiest thing to compare it to would be like a one-handed fan. And the one-handed fan took me, like, I watched maybe 3 YouTube videos on it, spent an evening doing nonstop practice of just that. And then it's just like, whenever I'm bored, I just do it a couple of times. So if you sit down, almost anything you can pick up in magic in just a couple of hours. Even like the Sybil cut or the Dynamo shuffle, you can get this in just a couple of hours if you sit down and you consistently practice it. Being able to shuffle cards midair. That's something that most people struggle with, but you can pick it up a couple of hours with just a bit of practice. One-handed cuts. You can pick this up in like 15 minutes if you want to. And the card jump, the card spring, same thing. I've shown this to girls at parties and taught them how to do it at parties. Okay, so foundational stuff that you should learn. Again, I'm not a huge cardistry guy. My dexterity is solid, but the things that you should learn, I'm going to give you what I personally find I use the most, and also what I think are the foundational things that you should learn over time. So the things that I use the most: one-handed cuts, one-handed fans, mid-air riffle shuffles. With just those 3 things, you can wow an audience if you know how to do those 3 things. And then the rest of the other card control stuff, it's very basic stuff that you can pick up. Now when it comes to more cardistry stuff, the first step I would do is learning one of the various types of card springs. Either this, or there's a thumb variation where you hold the deck sideways and you flick it up with your thumb. I don't know that variation. I don't do that variation. Another one, just a basic dribble. This looks really good for audiences. Mine is very poor because I don't focus on this. But that's another one that I think is very foundational. If you want to be a very good magician, not for cardistry, but for magic, the pass. That's foundational for magic. Then, as you're leveling up for cardistry, the next basic one you're going to want to do is a Sybil cut or a dynamo shuffle. And once you get good with doing one-handed cuts or Charlier cuts, these, with both of your hands, then I would move into some of the variations where you do two hands at once, like the butterfly cut, which is that. And those are the foundational things. And that's basically the extent of my cardistry. A lot of the other stuff I flat out can't do because I never took the time to learn it. If you want to learn, well, thank you for stopping in, Nitro. I really appreciate you stopping in and the donations and the recommendations to your friends and people on your channel. I'm glad that you enjoyed the content, and I'm glad that you had a good time during the stream. Hopefully I can see you again in here sometime soon. Plan on doing some more streams in the future, getting better at this part of YouTube. But yeah, thank you for stopping in. But yeah, most of the other stuff I just never learned how to do because that's not my style. My style is talking. You notice that for the past 10-ish minutes, I haven't been doing magic tricks. I've literally just been talking to you guys and showing you some of the stuff that I do. I've practiced a couple of things as we're going, but those are the basic things that I recommend. So let me break it down one last time. Now, practical stuff as a magician, you're going to want one-handed fan, mid-air riffle shuffle, one-handed cut, and then the pass. Those are the practical things that I say you should learn as a magician right away. Thank you, Nitro. You have a good day too. Now, when it comes to cardistry, you advance it a little bit from there. You do some card springs, card jumps. You do a couple. I'm glad that you think I'm great at maintaining people's attention. This is what comes from my experience teaching classes and holding review sessions. I'm trying to treat these streams where I'm talking to you guys like this as almost magic review sessions. Sounds good, Nitro. Hope to see you there. Thank you. After that, you're going to, once you have the card spring, you're going to want to do some sort of dribble. You can do waterfalls like this, something that has that visual appeal. Jin, no worries. I'm glad that you were able to stop in and say hi. Feel free to check out my other videos. I have plenty of videos on a ton of topics. I'm sure you'll find something that you enjoy. So, card spring, some sort of card dribble, some sort of fancier cut, whether it be a Sybil cut, dynamo shuffle, or whatnot. And then you can go into some of the fancier stuff out there. But that's the list of like the 4 things that you should have basic for magic, and then the 3 or 4 things that you should focus on as fundamentals for cardistry. Again, for cardistry, there are plenty of better channels out there, and even for the fundamentals of magic, there are a lot of the channels are now like no longer fully functioning, but there are some great channels out there with libraries of videos. Like 52 cards. Like, he barely posts anymore, but he has this massive library of stuff that you should definitely take a look into. And that's how you learn a lot of the basics. Like, here, say stop anywhere you want. I guarantee it's going to stop at the 3 of clubs. Say stop. Since there's the delay, I'll stop for you guys. Like, let's go here. And it's the 3 of clubs. And that's what we know as the Hindu shuffle, or the Hindu shuffle force. Okay? And it doesn't matter how many times over we do this, say stop anywhere. It's going to be the 3 of clubs every single time. And he has a great video on this. I'm actually going to do a video on this myself very soon. Maybe later today, if that girl doesn't get back to me about that date. But yeah, there's a massive library of other YouTubers out there who have this history of card tricks that I highly encourage you to check out. But another thing, if you want to be a good magician, I encourage you to start doing some color changes, especially in today's day and age with how big TikTok, Instagram, YouTube are, because the color changes, they are incredibly visually appealing. Like, they look great and people love seeing them. You want to tailor a lot more of your stuff to the camera, which is kind of difficult because when you're first starting, you're going to struggle to make things look good for camera. Your hands will shake. If you have even the slightest mess up, people will be able to see it and point it out. But that's the beauty of it. You can do as many takes as you need. Hi, Letitia. But yeah, I highly recommend doing some more of the visual stuff, like color changes, stuff like that. I don't really do many like vanishing tricks. That's something that I wanted to practice a little bit, get better at, is stuff like this. Like, I suck at this stuff where it's like making the pen vanish out of thin air and stuff like that. I used to do like more stuff that's not related to cards, stuff like that. I do a couple of like appearance tricks where I take some air like this and then I literally just give it tight squeeze. I can make a quarter appear. But that's the extent of that stuff. Most of my other stuff, a lot of it's cards. Like, I developed a routine where I tell a story with cards, and after about 2 or 3 tricks, I do what I'm doing now, where I just tell you guys stories. I just talk to you guys, and I break down the theory and the philosophy behind it. And it's not for everybody. Like, there are only about 10 of you sitting in here. But the 10 of you that are in here seem to really be enjoying it. So, and for those of you who want to, I'm guessing that woe was to the coin appearance and not to the pen vanish. I'll break that down for you because that's actually something that's pretty cool. When you asked that question, I reached over, I grabbed the pen, but at the same time, I grabbed a coin and I palmed it right here. So I did the pen vanish, which I was very shitty at, tossed it to the side, but you thought my hand was empty because I was just holding a pen and you didn't see anything. Then I grabbed some air, show how empty my hand is. You can't see the coin in there. And then after some mock miming, I reach in, pinch the coin, give it a blow. There you go. And this is super easy. If you want to do anything outside of cards, the first move is the palm, just holding something right there. Literally just hold a coin, a ring, whatever, while you're writing, while you're sitting around doing nothing until you get comfortable, like, holding something right there. For flourish stuff, I don't, like I said, I don't do cardistry, but I do this, which I think is pretty damn cool. I'm trying to move this onto poker chips, something a little bit bigger. But yeah, I know I mentioned this a couple of times. Any of you who are enjoying the stream, feel free to like the stream or do the little interactions down the corner. They definitely help. They bring in more people. They share the word. And if you really enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe. I have a lot of stuff on Magic on the channel, and I'm planning on doing even more. I have a lot of stuff on law school, on just life in general. So if you like my style, feel free to stick around. But yeah, I do some other things like ring magic as well, where I take a ring, make it vanish. And it looks kind of like I'm pulling it through my fingers. But if I were, look a little bit more like that. Hey Carol, how's it going? How you been? I realized after the last stream that you were in, Carol, I actually had a football player on one of my teams who had the same exact name as you, but none of us could pronounce it, so we just called him Carl, which I feel really bad about. Is it Carol or Carl? I know that's Polish, but I feel bad because I'm like 50% Polish and I know nothing about Poland. Well, Nitro, welcome back in. Thank you. You didn't. I appreciate the dono, but you didn't. You don't need to keep coming in here donating, man. I really do appreciate it though. But let's go over a little bit of some second deals, bottom deals, top deals. This is something that I want to get better at for like card sheet stuff. So right now we have here, I'll flip over the top card. This looks kind of like I'm going to be dealing the top card, right? But as you can see, I'm keeping the top card. Oh geez. My phone is blowing up in this group chat, man. I need to learn to put my phone on Do Not Disturb when I'm streaming. But hi, welcome back in, Nitro. Welcome back in, everybody. But we're going to go over just some basic, like, dealing. That's second deals, bottom deals, top deals. So a top deal is you take the actual top card and you deal it. It's a normal deal. A second deal is it looks like you're taking the top card, but you take the second card and you deal that. Bottom deal looks like you're taking the top card, you deal the bottom card. So I'm just going to work my way through these, and it looks like all of these I'm dealing the top card, right? But in reality, I'm actually going through and dealing a different card each and every time. By the way, guys, I have like memberships active on the channel, but I have no clue what to actually do for members for memberships. So if anybody has any input on what they might like to see, like if something that you guys might want, like individualized videos for members for like more specific, more detailed tutorials, let me know. Or I even thought for some of the higher tier ones doing like one-on-one specific like video calls where I go over like magic with you, or if you're not into magic, going over like law school stuff with you. I'm not sure if that would be interesting to anybody, but if it is, let me know, because I'm trying to figure out how I can get those to provide value for you guys, because I want you guys to, even if you're just in here for free, I want you to get your money's worth, which is your time. You could be doing anything with your time right now. Try not to bring the deck back that much for my strikes. Okay, that. Do you mean like as I'm going like all the way back down? Oh yeah, I can see that a little bit. I'm overemphasizing it a little bit because I want to make sure that I get the motion down, and also the big motion hides the small motion. But that's actually some really good advice. You're the first person that's actually stopped in here that's like seen, that's actually noticing and having input for something like this. Most people, I have to explain what the difference between a like second deal and a bottom deal is, or even a Greek deal. So yeah, that's something I need to work on. I'm noticing it a lot more now because whenever I try and do a bottom deal, I notice myself subconsciously trying to pull back more to hide the fact I'm slipping the top card back more. Yeah. Yeah, in certain circumstances, the big motion definitely isn't needed. I always tell people, though, I'm not the best magician. I'm good at talking to people and good at distracting people, so I do the beginner magician thing. That's a good idea. Try push-offs if the strike isn't easy to hide. That's a good idea for that. I'll work on that a little bit more later, but yeah, that's some good input. I need to work on those deals because I only do it in like casual situations, and I want to get better at that. But I always tell people I'm not a great magician. I'm good at talking to people, so I hide all of my uh, small motions behind bigger motions. Uh, I try and stream a few times a week now that YouTube has vertical streams. Oh, Brady, the thing I'm working on just trying to do some more bottom deals and second deals directly from the deck. Just running through the deck and getting that motion fluid. I'm not really focused too much on like the top change because I know that I can do like just by distracting people while talking. That one's straightforward. But when it comes to how often I stream, I try and stream. I am not a lawyer yet. I'm in law school. I'm actually getting a concurrent degree in sports law and business, and a JD, so an American law degree. I'm getting both of those at the same time, and I am about to finish up my second year of law school. But I do make a lot of law school and law related content. Okay, I'll take a look at Jason England's work. A lot of the stuff that I'm familiar with is from Daniel Madison's Mechanics or Mechanic. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but I'll take a look at Jason England's work too. So I'm not a lawyer yet, but how often I stream, I keep getting distracted from that. I try and stream now that YouTube has vertical streaming a couple of times a week. This week was a bit more rough because I had back to school this week. Like I started classes after my spring break this week. I tend to do like a morning stream on Mondays, and then whenever else I can fit into my schedule. Other than that, I try and post a couple of videos each week, whether it be like 2 shorts or 1 longer length video. They're all on different topics though, so I highly encourage you to, if you like a specific thing that I do, you don't need to watch all of my videos, but I will be making videos on just random different topics. I'll check out the Bottom Deal Masterclass. I haven't been as involved in Magic and the Magic community as I should be, mainly because most of my time goes to law school. Steve Forte. Okay. Yeah, this is all really good advice. I'm definitely going to take a look more at that. But yeah, I'm trying to stream more and more often, trying to do like a morning Magic stream on Mondays. And since I don't have classes Fridays, I'll tend to do a stream on Fridays. One stream I'm going to do soon, some of you who were here at the beginning, I mentioned this. Learn to juggle. Because every time I do Magic, people always ask if I can juggle. And the answer to that question is no, but I want to learn. So I'm going to set up a stream and I'm going to learn to juggle. I'm going to practice until I can juggle. And I don't just have these 3 balls. I have an entire other tin over there. I'm going to try and get as far as I can in like a live stream. I'm comfortable doing longer live streams. The first live stream I did was a 4-hour live stream teaching myself to play piano like well over a year ago. How do I feel about law school and the JD program? I really like it. It's not for everybody. I like the people. I like the connections. Brady, thank you. That's some good advice because I was going to look up some tutorials beforehand. So I'll look at Penn Jillette because my senior quote for high school was actually from him. Magic is the Special Olympics of entertainment, and that's memorialized in there for me. Thanks for stopping in, Weed. I appreciate you being in here, asking so many questions and everything. Thanks for stopping in. I hope to see you in future streams. But Hugo, yeah, I really like law school. For me, I like the people. Like some of my favorite people I've ever met have been in law school. And I like a lot of the topics. But personally, I don't like the way that law school and JD programs are taught. I don't study like at all. For my second semester of finals, my 1L year, I literally just live streamed myself going through other people's outlines, and I still ended up ranked. Like, I don't study. I personally feel a lot of law school is pointless and unnecessary, but it is great for certain people. I personally feel I could have done all right without it, but yeah, I like a lot of aspects of it. I don't like a lot of aspects of it. I say that it's hard, but it's not difficult. It's hard because there's so much work, but it's not difficult because none of the stuff is that difficult to really understand. And for a lot of people, it doesn't make sense to be taking 3 years off from a full career to be learning about the law when that's not something that they're planning on, when it's not like the high earning field that they think that it is. Like very few people end up in corporate law, very few people end up in business law. And I actually have a couple of videos I'm doing on this coming out very soon. And I actually have a separate live stream planned soon for going over the best undergraduate majors for law school. So sorry if I'm boring anybody with the law school talk with it being a Magic stream. I'll have a separate stream going over the best majors for law school soon and some other streams coming up on law, specific legal developments because there's so much going on and particularly with politics. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But how's everybody else's morning or day going? I still haven't finished my coffee because a lot of you guys have just been... You guys have a lot of questions. Good question, Hugo. I actually have an entire video on this on I don't want to be a lawyer, but I'm going to anyways. And that's because it's going to be helpful for my career. I'm going to take the bar and get bar certified because it's extra stuff that I can offer my clients. If I end up going the talent agent route, it's going to be extra stuff I can offer my clients. If I end up going the front office route, by the way, Hey Aubrey, I'm doing good. Just chilling, talking about law school currently while I'm practicing some magic. But for those of you who don't know, I'm concurrent degrees, Masters in Sports Law and Business, and the JD, which is the American Law degree. And I'm doing it because I'm mainly focused on sport and entertainment law. The dream job is being an NFL GM or doing some sort of scouting, some sort of front office work for some sort of pro team. I'm also open to coaching. I have coaching experience and I love coaching, but I know that a lot of that stuff is unrealistic. So I'm also highly open to talent agency, not just sports agency, but talent in general. And that's part of the reason why I do this because I want to get as much firsthand experience in talent and entertainment as possible from this side. This is where most of talent and entertainment is going nowadays. Online, live stream, TikTok, YouTube. So I want to understand it from the creator's perspective. So that way I can offer more to my clients in the future. And yeah, I'm going to get bar certified because regardless of which route I go, it's going to help me out along the way and it'll be better for me. I have a whole other video on this. I think it's only a couple of minutes long if you want to check it out. It's me basically just talking to the camera about why I don't want to be a lawyer, but why I'm going to be anyways. And I think the thumbnail is literally just me looking at the camera, and then above my head it says my new degree or something like that. So Hugo, if you want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, that was a very good question. Now, we'll go over a couple of these color changes. So Jack of Hearts, right to the Five of Clubs. And this is one of the easiest color changes out there. I love this one because of how simple it is to do. You're going to take just the bottom card of the deck. When you go to put your hand in front of it, you're going to slightly push it forward with your thumb. Then you're going to take your palm, put it on this card right here, and pull it back so that way it gets that leverage right there. Push it back in front, and boom, there you go. You got a color change. One of those basic things that anybody can pick up very easily. I don't know why I just decided to show that off to y'all, but I figured that you guys have been a good chat. You guys have been a good audience for today, so I figured let you know how that one's done. But yeah, that was smooth. I like that. How's everybody else's day going? Hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm not sure how many of y'all are American like me or what part of the States you're from if you are. I know I get people all over the world. I've had people from the Philippines, Thailand, India, Korea, the UK, Poland a couple of times stop in, and I really appreciate it. It shows just how global Magic is and how global YouTube has become, particularly with these chats and everything. I'm not a big streamer, I'm a small streamer, but you guys from all over the world have stopped in, said hi, learned a little bit about Magic or seen some cool tricks, and I appreciate that. But yeah, for now, just chilling, getting a little bit more practice in. I've been live for over an hour, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep going, but this has been a good stream. Got my first couple of super chats today, which is awesome. Shout out to Nitro. I don't think he is off doing whatever he's doing, but good for him. And yeah, I appreciate you guys even just being here. But yeah, that came out of nowhere. But yeah, again, Magic is one of those things where Ace of Spades. It's one of those things where it's a practice thing. The more you practice, the better you get. I've been at it for over a decade, and I still mess up all the time when it comes to stuff like this. When it comes to actual performances, though, there are ways to protect yourself and to play off the mess-ups, so that way it's not a big deal. But yeah, if you guys want, I can get into a couple more tricks before we sign off. I don't know how many of y'all have been here the entire time, but I might go through some of the tricks I did earlier. Just get some more reps. Get a bit more mileage on them. So, alright. We'll give the deck a quick shuffle. That way y'all know I'm not cheating, okay? Then we'll go ahead, grab out a random card. Let's go right here, okay? Doesn't matter if I see it. All right, so 5 of spades. We'll take your card. We're going to put it right in the middle, right there, all right? Now make sure you pay attention. Watch what my hands are doing. This one's all about card control, making it look like I'm shuffling when really I'm not, okay? Now, watch. That looked like a real shuffle, right? It wasn't. And this looks like I'm really cutting the cards, right? But I'm not. All in all, this looks like I'm really mixing up the deck. But I'm not. Do you guys trust me? If you said yes, here's a tip. Never trust a guy named Tex who's messing around with the deck of cards. But in this case, you were right to trust me because... Oh, shit. You guys had the 5 of spades, not the 5 of clubs. Hang on. I think I can fix this. If I put the deck right here and put the deck under the table, that makes this the top card. So all I need to do is snap my fingers, and it changes right to the 5 of spades. We'll go ahead. We'll give the deck another quick shuffle. Let you go ahead, grab out any one. Let's go right about here. Ooh, ace of spades, that's nice. All right, we'll go ahead and put the card right in the middle of the deck. Don't worry, it doesn't matter if I see this one. That look good to y'all? I'll give everybody one last look because I don't know who's popping in, who's popping out, but I love this trick. It's super easy. All I need to do is take the deck, give it one quick shuffle like this, and boom. It's done. Watch. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to pull it off from the side. That's just the Joker. But watch. Watch. That's just the other Joker. Don't worry. I'm not going to pull it off from the side, but I will have the Jokers pull it out of the deck. Give the deck another shuffle quick. We'll go ahead and we'll take, you know what, let's just do something simple. We'll take the top card like this, the 6 of diamonds, okay? We'll take this card, take it, put it right in the middle of the deck, just like that. We'll push it all the way in, snap our fingers, and it's right back up top. That one is super easy and super straightforward. I love that one. If you guys want to see how that one's done, that's my most popular video on my channel. So feel free to check that out. But yeah. I'll do one last thing with the ring. Watch the ring, okay? We'll take it, put it on, pull it all the way through. And it looks kind of like I'm pulling it through my fingers, right? But if I were to pull it through my fingers, it'd look a little bit more like that. The thing is, I hate jumpy rings like this, though, because you have to force them back on. And I think that is probably it for me today, unless anybody had any further questions. Like, I appreciate y'all stopping in. It's been a very good stream. Y'all asked some good questions. We had some good conversations. But, yeah, I appreciate it. Anybody that wants to, feel free to check out some of the other videos on the channel. Yeah, Hugo, if you want to ask some law school related questions, go right ahead. Just go right ahead. In that case, I'll stick around for a little bit. I didn't think that you had more questions because you stopped, but go ahead. Any questions related to anything you guys can ask. I love talking about all sorts of different topics. I will talk about law school all day. I'll talk about sports all day in particular. In my spare time, I draw up football plays. Like, off to the side, I have literal glossaries on pass coverage concepts. But yeah, if you guys have questions on anything, like Hugo, if you have questions on law school, feel free to ask. I'll stick around and chill out for a little bit, but because I have nothing else really planned for today. Okay, just double checking, making sure that. Just had to double check and make sure that I didn't get a text back about something else that was going on, but yeah. What does my daily law school life look like? Okay. So it depends on the day. It used to be a lot more relaxed my 1L year because I had less intense classes. That's when you start 1L, they give you a specific set of classes that are like straightforward. And I would just get up and go to class, and that was basically it. Do a little reading after class. Now my schedule is a lot more regimented. So every day I get up and I am out of bed by about 6 o'clock. I immediately go and I work out. Then I take a shower. Then I come and I set up my daily to-do lists, go through my planner, make sure I'm not missing anything for the day, and do a little bit of journaling first thing in the morning. Then, depending on what time my first class is that day, if my first class is at 10, I will either do some readings for other classes that day, I'll grade some papers for the classes I'm TAing for, or I'll do a little bit of YouTube work. After that, I will go onto campus for my first class of the day, and I will stay on campus until I'm done with classes, which most days is between. Some days I don't need to go to class until 1 or 1:30, and I'm done after that at like 6 o'clock. Some days I need to go onto campus at 10 o'clock, and I'm on campus until 6:30 as well. What sort of qualities should you have? This relates to. Let me finish up the daily routine. After I have my classes and everything, get back around 6. In between classes, I'll work on grading papers or work on stuff for YouTube. Then I'll come back and I will do readings for the upcoming day and meditate and just do whatever. The sort of qualities that you should have in order to succeed in law school, in particular, succeeding in law school and succeeding as a lawyer are two completely different things. To succeed in law school, you're going to want to enjoy reading a lot because that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to want to be detail oriented, focused on the small, minute things, and you're going to want to be willing to just outwork other people, because for most people that's the way that law school is. You need to outwork other people because everybody in law school is smart. There are very few people who can get away with not reading cases, just showing up and taking the final exam. I am one of them, and I am guilty of doing it too much. Like, I would just show up for classes, and it's not a good thing. So I highly encourage you to actively be reading, actively be taking notes, and be invested. Most people treat it like it's a 9-to-5 job. That's the best way to describe it. In order to be a successful lawyer, it depends on the type of lawyer that you want to be. If you want to be a litigator, you better enjoy arguing. Not enjoy winning arguments, but enjoy arguing. Because you're not going to win every argument in law school. You're going up against your classmates who are all hyper intelligent, like the smartest of the smartest, and you're going to be going up against your professors who are even smarter. So if you want to be a litigator, enjoy arguing. If you want to draft contracts, you need to be good at negotiations. You need to be good at talking to people. You need to be a people person. And if you just want to be do the basics, like if you just want to do family law, stuff like that, you need to be really good at research. Like, take the time to, Hugo, I'm not sure if you're looking at JDs in the US or if you're looking at a foreign law degree, but whatever country you're looking at, get familiar with spending a lot of time doing research on their legal platform, whatever legal research platform they have. Here in the US, we use Lexis and Westlaw as our two primary ones. So you want to get comfortable spending a ton of time on that, because as a lawyer, unless you're specifically a litigator or doing some sort of arbitration and negotiations, that's where you're going to spend most of your time, is doing research and drafting up documents and doing legal writing. So reading, writing, detail-oriented, and into research. Those are the big things for lawyers. And if you want to be a litigator, which not everybody does, enjoy arguing. But welcome back, Carol. Sorry for anybody that's just popping into straight up law school talk on a Magic live stream. But yeah, it is a lot of work. That's why your 1L year, your 1L year, most law schools won't allow you to work at all. Like, you aren't allowed to hold any sort of job until the summer after your 1L year, because they need to get you accustomed to how much you're going to be working, because it's basically a 9-to-5 job. And that's the way that you need to treat it if you want to succeed. Most people just show up to school the first day, and if they show up 9 a.m., they don't leave campus until 5 p.m., and they do that 5 days a week. On the weekends, they spend extra time briefing cases, getting ahead on readings. I like to think that I'm fairly smart. From what I've heard, I'm very smart, but I don't like to brag about it. How to do a Pharaoh shuffle? Yeah, I'll go over that quickly. But I didn't study for my finals my 1L year and ended up with a decent ranking. And I barely studied for my LSAT, and I was in the 96th percentile. So if that gives you any idea, I was a triple major in undergrad, and I barely went to class. So, but I just think differently than a lot of other people. It's not that I think that I'm smarter or better than other people. It's just the way that I approach things. But Pharaoh shuffle. The way, here, let me make sure that I can properly do one before I go and show you. Okay. Mine are sloppy, but this is going to be the last thing because I do have some messages that I need to get back to after stream. So we'll go over this quickly, and then, yeah. So, you're going to split the deck as close to evenly in half as you can. You're going to square it up. You want it to be as square as possible. You're going to take the bottom portion, put it at an upward angle, and press this bottom card right here up against the bottom card right here. And you'll notice them slowly start to interlace into each other. You're going to want to be pushing them into each other and slightly down at the same time. You'll get better at it as you go. I barely do this. That's why mine's kind of sloppy. But you'll get better at it as you go. And that's that. Okay, guys, I really do have to go. I have some other stuff that I need to take care of for today. I appreciate you all stopping in for the stream. But yeah, thank you all for stopping in. If you did enjoy, I always encourage you like and subscribe. And thank you all for stopping in. Hope you all have a great rest of your day.